travel. ANA's award-winning hospitality and authentic experience make even the furthest journey as effortless as a single step.
Good morning, America. Breaking overnight, Villanova the champs.
The Nova Nation has another national championship.
The Wildcats score their second title in just 3 years, blowing past Michigan with secret weapon Dante DiVincenzo, sinking shot after shot. One of the heroes is right here live on GMA.
Good morning, America. We're national champions.
Also this morning, severe storm alert, whiteout conditions and slick ice creating a mess across the Midwest. Now more than 40 million Americans in the storm zone, bracing for tornadoes, flash flooding, and heavy snow.
President Trump takes on Amazon, escalating his attack on one of America's biggest retailers. Amazon stock plummets. And the new twist in that legal battle involving a Playboy playmate who says she had an affair with Donald Trump.
And inside the miracle rescue.
I was thinking like, I'm gonna die.
The 13-year-old trapped in a drainage pipe for hours, traveling nearly a mile below Los Angeles. Now telling his story, his race to escape, the new video inside that tunnel, and the clue rescuers followed to finally get him out alive.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA.
And good morning, America. What a night for Villanova. They are the national champs again. And, Paul, is that why you're wearing black?
I'm in mourning, guys. I'm trying not to be a sore loser, but listen, Villanova was the better team, and Michigan's got nothing to be ashamed of. They went into the season unranked, and they made it to the national championship game.
We're sorry, though.
You couldn't give me a couple of hugs.
You're tired this morning.
They would help.
And Philadelphia is celebrating once again. For the first time ever, the Super Bowl and NCAA basketball champs are from the same city. They are tired there this morning, for sure. Yeah.
They're tired. The city of brotherly love surely knows how to party. Take a look at Villanova's fans. They are flooding the streets, climbing those poles. A little deja vu, because that's what they did when the Eagles won the Super Bowl. ABC's Kana Whitworth was in San Antonio for the big showdown and starts us off with all of the excitement. Good morning to you, Kana.
Hey, Polly, good morning. So Nova Nation is celebrating their second national title in 3 years, and we have been up all night. It is so exciting. You guys having fun? All right. So with a relatively young team here led by sophomore Dante DiVincenzo, who came off the bench to have one of the best performances in national championship history, some here, right, are talking dynasty.
The Nova Nation has another national championship.
After the maddest march in recent memory, Villanova is the last team standing.
Wildcats bringing home a national championship.
It was a classic matchup pitting top-seeded Villanova's powerhouse offense against number 3 Michigan's dominating defense.
Wagner ties him up.
Michigan with an early lead, but that quickly vanished after Nova's sharpshooters took aim.
Yes, that's a three.
A hero emerging off the bench, Dante DiVincenzo on fire.
He's in a different zone.
You have been called Villanova's best-kept secret. I can promise you, you are not a secret anymore. How does it feel to lead your team to a national title?
It's awesome because I know those guys all year. They hyped me up a lot. Those guys pushed me to be the best player I could be.
Dropping 31 points on the Wolverines, tying the most points ever scored in a title game since 1985.
DiVincenzo breaks their heart. There you go. DiVincenzo, bring it back down.
The Delaware native nicknamed the Big Ragu.
You're called the Big Ragu and some other fantastic nicknames. How does two-time national champ fit you?
I think that's the best one.
DiVincenzo celebrating the big win with his team after the final buzzer. And the polls in the Philly area greased for the second time in 2 months as the city celebrates the Wildcats.
So Dante also going home with the MVP honors, and Coach Wright told me that his willingness to be the sixth man really separated Villanova from other teams. And he also joked that Dante always does what the team needs, and Paula, last night, they needed him to score 31 points.
I think 21 would have been enough, though, Kana. But congratulations to Villanova. Again, their second title in 3 years and their third overall. Kana, thanks for reporting. And another one of the game's heroes, Jalen Brunson, is going to be joining us live in our next
power. I just don't want to stop saying the big ragu. That's my favorite thing I've learned about this tournament. Yes, and Sister Jean. But yes. Moving on, now President Trump's growing attack on Amazon. The president on Twitter lashing out at one of the world's biggest retailers, and just like that, Amazon stock plunged. Our chief business correspondent Rebecca Jarvis is here. And Rebecca, this war seems to be getting personal.
Yeah, that's right, Cecilia. This is the company where millions of Americans buy everything from electronics to paper towels. It is a stock that most Americans with a 401k own in their savings account, and the repeated Twitter attacks from the president are taking their toll.
President Trump threatening major changes for Amazon. On Monday, tweeting, "Only fools or worse are saying that our money-losing post office makes money with Amazon. They lose a fortune, and this will be changed. Also, our fully tax-paying retailers are closing stores all over the country. Not a level playing field." It's all part of a tweet storm aimed at the tech titan. The president suggesting rate hikes for shipping Amazon packages, sending shares of Amazon spiraling down more than 5%. Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos, who also owns the Washington Post, once invited to be on the president's tech council, now caught in the crosshairs. So exactly how much money is the Postal Service losing on its deal with Amazon? According to its own website, by law, the Postal Service must cover its costs on all deliveries, including Amazon packages. Amazon, which uses the Postal Service in the final leg of package delivery, does get a high-volume discount. Also at issue, taxes. While Amazon paid a total of $957 million worldwide last year and collects sales taxes in the 45 states which require it, in most states, the tech titan does not collect taxes on the products third-party vendors sell through its site, roughly half its volume. A significant advantage the e-commerce giant has over traditional brick-and-mortar competitors, and a point Trump frequently campaigned on.
In the meantime, your department stores are all going out of business because it's unfair competition.
Last year, a record 7,000 stores closed and retailers cut 67,000 jobs overall, while Amazon announced it would be adding 100,000 jobs by mid-2018, so mid this year, Cecilia.
And as the president was tweeting, we saw those Amazon stocks fall yesterday. Other tech stocks are taking a hit. How much of this has to do with what they might be seeing as uncertainty about what's happening in Washington?
Well, that's certainly a part of it, Cecilia. Overall, tech stocks have been dropping in recent weeks, and we've seen that with Facebook, Netflix, Apple, of course, Amazon, which we're talking about here, Google's parent company Alphabet, and that regulatory uncertainty does play a role. For example, with Facebook, the privacy scandal, that's certainly regulatory uncertainty that's hanging over that name as well. And for Americans, the two important things to think about is, A, we use these companies, B, they're in most people's retirement savings accounts, whether you own them outright or they're in a mutual fund.
You're going to be busy with this one for the weeks to come. Thank you, George.
Okay, guys, the president not only attacking Amazon on Twitter, he's also attacking Mexico, Congress, Honduras over immigration. I want to bring in our chief White House correspondent, John Carl, for more on that. And John, the president's just been on a tear, including just a few minutes ago.
He is on fire on this, George. He's tweeted about 20 times over the past 2 days, fully half of those tweets, including this one you're seeing right now, on Mexico, on immigration, slamming the Democrats, saying that there must be a crackdown on immigration. George, it wasn't that long ago that the president was talking about Congress needing to pass what he called a bill of love to provide a path to citizenship for the Dreamers. That talk is gone. He had been criticized by some of his hardline supporters for going soft on immigration. Now, George, it seems as though the president is out to prove that there is nobody more hardline on immigration.
Yeah, and what seems to have
Trump.
caught his eye is this caravan of immigrants coming from Central America through Mexico that is pretty much an annual event.
Yeah, and we know that this is a caravan of immigrants from Honduras coming up, organized by an activist group. They are far away from the U.S. border right now. This has gotten attention on Fox News, and that, in turn, has certainly caught the eye of the president.
Meantime, the president's EPA administrator, Scott Pruitt, in hot water, now being investigated by the White House.
That's right. This is all tied to this apartment that he has rented on Capitol Hill for $50 a night from the lobbyist for a Canadian energy department, a company, a lobbyist that is paid to lobby the Environmental Protection Agency. They got a project approved last year from the EPA. The EPA says this has nothing to do with any housing arrangement that the EPA administrator has, but make no doubt about it, he is on thin ice, George.
Certainly on thin ice. Okay, John, thanks very much. We're going to move on now to a new twist in the legal battle between the National Enquirer and that Playboy model who claims she had an affair with Donald Trump back in 2006. The publisher is asking a California court to dismiss Karen McDougal's lawsuit. ABC's Lindsay Davis here with the latest. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, George. Of course, the First Amendment is all about freedom of speech and freedom of the press. And now the publisher of the National Enquirer is invoking it to defend its right to purchase and then not publish Karen McDougal's story, a tactic frequently called catch and kill. And the company says it cannot be punished for exercising that right.
This morning, the publisher of the National Enquirer is hitting back against former Playboy model Karen McDougal, asking a California court to dismiss her lawsuit against American Media Inc. over a deal to sell the rights to her story about her alleged affair with Trump.
He always told me he loved me.
In her lawsuit, McDougal, who last month told CNN her alleged affair with Trump began in 2006, claims she was tricked into signing the agreement, which paid her $150,000 for her story of her relationship with any then married man.
Were you in love with him?
I was, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And do you think he was in love with you?
He was, yeah.
But in a nearly 200-page response filed Monday, AMI, which did not run her story, is asking that the lawsuit be dismissed, claiming it has a First Amendment right not to publish and cannot be punished for exercising that right, adding there was no fraud in the execution of the agreement. AMI released a statement saying, "We hope that McDougal will continue to be a valued contributor. While we dispute her legal claims, we look forward to reaching an amicable resolution satisfactory to her and to AMI." But McDougal's attorney is firing back, telling ABC News the tabloid went to great lengths to silence her and others, and they are now attempting to silence her again with the absurd claim that their own free speech was violated.
She didn't fully understand anything about the contract. She wants to get out from under the thumb of a huge company that is essentially controlling her life.
David Schwartz, a spokesman for Trump's attorney Michael Cohen, tells ABC News the case belongs in arbitration pursuant to the arbitration clause in the agreement. McDougal's attorney, however, says they look forward to opposing AMI's motion. George.
Okay, Lindsay, thanks very much. Let's talk about it now with our chief legal analyst, Dan Abrams. National Enquirer has a relatively strong claim here.
Certainly on the contractual argument, right? They had a contract with her. This was the deal. She's now saying she didn't understand some of the contract. She didn't understand that this meant that they could not publish certain things. Their constitutional arguments, to me, are less strong. I mean, because they're, in essence, sort of saying, well, this is a First Amendment right of a company. And it's true that a media company is allowed to decide what they want to publish and not publish. I think there's an argument to be made, though, that it's a little different when the goal is, if it's true, A, to help a personal friend of the president, by B, buying something to not publish it. Meaning there's a difference between choosing not to publish something and buying it not to publish it. Now, they would dispute that, et cetera, but I do think that makes this a little bit of a trickier constitution.
On another subject, we have a relatively significant development overnight in the Mueller investigation as well. New court documents showing that Mueller was clearly authorized to look at this issue of collusion with Russians, specifically Paul Manafort.
Right. Paul Manafort has sought to effectively throw out his indictment, saying that Mueller has gone beyond where he was authorized to go in this investigation. And this document shows for the first time that Rod Rosenstein, actually, not the Deputy Attorney General, the person who oversees Robert Mueller, wrote an additional memo in August of 2017, which made it clear that they are allowed to look into collusion with regard to Manafort and other possible crimes that may have been earlier with regard to Manafort, which is exactly what the Manafort charges relate to.
And it clearly contradicts the president's claims that they've already concluded there's no collusion.
They have definitely not concluded that.
Dan Abrams, thanks very much. Paula?
Significant development there. Thanks, Dan. Thanks, George. We want to move now to that teacher walkout, which has shut down schools in 2 states so far. Tens of thousands of teachers in both Oklahoma and Kentucky are striking for better pay and better funding for their classes, and other states could soon follow. ABC's Clayton Sandell is in Oklahoma City, where they're entering day 2 of the walkout. Good morning to you, Clayton.
Good morning, Paula. Yeah, this morning teachers will be back at the state capitol here behind me for that second day of protest that again has schools across Oklahoma shut down.
In Oklahoma and Kentucky, thousands of teachers taking to the streets, marching on their state capitals. Oklahoma educators striking for better pay and more money to fix broken schools.
I teach in a classroom where, the carpet's 40 years old, hallways that are cracking, and we don't have the money to come in and fix that. The safety of our children are at risk.
Senior Megan Zerbest uses textbooks that are older than she is.
I'm going to college next year, and I barely made it with the education I had.
Teachers in this deep red state with some of the worst pay in the country are riding a growing wave of anger over cuts to public education, a wave that started last month in West Virginia, spreading to Arizona and Kentucky, where teachers are protesting changes to pensions.
We are all focused on the same goal, which is funding and supporting public education.
With most Oklahoma schools closed, makeshift classes sprang up in the middle of the rally.
So right now they're doing AP language, and then they're going to do AP literature in about 20 to 30 minutes. Crazy cool.
Oklahoma lawmakers last week gave teachers a $6,000 raise and $50 million for schools. Teachers say it's far from enough.
How long are you planning on being out here?
Long as it takes. Long as it takes.
Now, Oklahoma's governor says she wants to find a way forward on education, but is warning state budgets are already tight, and there is no sign state lawmakers are budging. Could be a long standoff, Cecilia.
Okay, Clayton, thank you. We want to turn now to new fallout from that fertility clinic failure in Ohio. More than 4,000 eggs and embryos lost in a freezer malfunction. This morning, 3 women who were affected by cancer are now suing. ABC's Ariel Reshef has more.
This morning, after the loss of 4,000 eggs and embryos at University Hospital in Cleveland, the victims are urging Congress to enact laws to ensure greater regulation of fertility clinics.
These women, who are particularly vulnerable, have been victimized by the loss of their eggs due to no fault of their own.
3 of the nearly 1,000 patients affected came together at a news conference with attorney Gloria Allred to announce they're suing the hospital. For these 3 cancer survivors, those eggs were their best chance to have children.
Things may be terrible now, I thought, but at least one day I'll still be able to have the family I'd always dreamed of. But now that light is extinguished.
There are now multiple lawsuits against the hospital after the storage failure last month, where an alarm was shut off, causing a temperature malfunction.
The overwhelming grief was as if I had lost a child. I have not stopped feeling that way since March 9th.
All 3 of those cancer survivors say they delayed chemotherapy to undergo fertility treatments. Overnight, University Hospital telling ABC News, "We watched 3 women share their stories of the loss they suffered. We are profoundly sorry for their loss and are committed to helping make sure this never happens again anywhere." Paula?
Oh, our hearts go out to those women. Thank you very much for your reporting, Ariel. We want to move now to Houston. We mentioned Villanova earlier in the show. Another championship celebration happened, but it hit a bit of a snag. The Houston Astros, they were supposed to unveil their World Series banner at their home opener on Monday. That's the plan. Everybody's waiting for it to happen. It's not being unveiled. They're still waiting. The players are laughing. But one guy got really resourceful. You can't see underneath that banner, but a guy was using a leaf blower to try to get the big reveal. He gets an A for being resourceful. Well, congratulations to the Houston Astros. Of course, they won the World Series last year, but finally had that big moment in their home park.
And they've got the leaf blower, so they're good to go.
They prolonged the moment.
Exactly.
Let's go to Rob right now. Got some more spring storms coming.
Yeah, and we had the snowstorm yesterday, which canceled opening day for the Yankees. They could have used a big hair dryer to blow that snow off the field. 1.5 feet of snow in places like Montana and Wyoming and Minnesota. They had like 25 crashes in 15 minutes last night. So roads are dangerous there. We've got more snow on the way, 6 to 12 inches of it across Wisconsin into northern Michigan and Ontario. But the more dangerous part of this storm today is going to be the threat for severe weather across the Ohio Valley. You're getting some today. This morning, you get another round this afternoon, all the way down to Houston. Time now for your Tuesday trivia, brought to you by Flonase Nasal Spray.
You wouldn't accept an incomplete job from anyone else. So why accept it from your allergy pills? Most pills don't finish the job because they don't relieve nasal congestion. Flonase allergy relief is different. Flonase relieves sneezing, itchy, watery eyes, and a runny nose, plus nasal congestion, which pills don't. Flonase helps block 6 key inflammatory substances. Most pills only block 1, and 6 is greater than 1. Start your day with Flonase for more complete allergy relief. Flonase, this changes everything.
We're tracking some showers for today and some gusty thunderstorms for tomorrow. Now, here's how today is going to unfold. A little cooler start, mid-50s by recess time for the kids, 62 by drop-off with a better chance of rain. That rain chance right through 7, 8 o'clock this evening, all with these storms that will be coming out of the Ohio Valley, Tennessee Valley headed our way for tomorrow. Look for a threat of some thunderstorms tomorrow from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. and winds that could gust up to about 30 miles per hour.
Coming up here, how emergency crews pulled off that rescue of a California boy who fell into a drainage pipe. He was missing for more than 12 hours.
And hope you're ready for Roseanne tonight. We've got an exclusive sneak peek at tonight's new Roseanne. Plus, the breakout star is here live on GMA. We're right back.
Second day of school. Remember what I told you? If anybody...
Polk County is